bro, we gotta be honest, bro. We all know you beat that guy in that first round. Second round, how you got tired from this guy, bro? Why did you do to get tired, bro?
I'm fucking tired of losing, bro.
Crazy.
Fuck you, Dariush, I never say. Fuck you. Best podcast in the business. The name is Show Me the Money.
Welcome back to the Show Me the Money podcast. I'm sorry to everyone that we had to get that out of our system right there. Even Moicano. Seems like you needed that, bro. What do you think?
Fuck Dariush, bro.
Fuck the
It's
team.
only what I said. No, it's okay. We're just joking over here, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I'm not joking, bro. I'm not.
How much money you lost?
Bro, you talk about just on your fight or total?
No, overall.
Probably like 15K.
Ah, that's fucking... It's nothing, bro.
Only for you, bro.
50K or 15?
15K.
But you make money.
You know
with
why?
Gregory,
You know
make
why,
money with
Gilbert?
Gregory.
You know why, Gilbert?
Yeah.
Your fucking boy, one of the pound for pound goats that constantly gets disrespected. Everyone always counts him out as a champ. Alejandro Pantoja, round 3 submission. I hit for 11,000 on that shit.
You picked that one?
He brought me back to life, dude. I took round 3 submission on Pantoja.
How much
Pantoja
you
is
gonna-
so underrated, bro.
How much you gonna send to my guy Pantoja?
I mean, if I wasn't down 15K on
Picanha.
I'll give Pantoja. Pantoja don't need it, bro.
Picanha. That
How much?
picanha
How
is
much?
nice. That picanha. The picanha.
Picanha. Okay. All right.
picanha
Pantoja.
from
What's that place called in Lauderdale?
Palm Beach, right?
No.
Chimas.
Chima in Fort Lauderdale. Pantoja, I owe you steak dinner at Chima in Fort Lauderdale. You brought me back to life on the card, so I appreciate that. Let's dive right into it. Before we do, guys, please drop a like and subscribe right now on the pod. Let's go right into Moicano's fight, bro. I was upstairs in the lounge. We were watching it. Bro, I thought Dariush was done in round 1. You landed a nice straight punch on him. He was able to recover and kind of like grapple his way out of that. Did you think he was really hurt in that when you landed that, or what was your opinion on it?
Matty, it's fucked up to say right now. It's fucked up. But I thought he was done.
Yeah.
Because I remember the exactly way Charles put him out was not the same, but was kind of the same because he was backing up on the cage. And then I hit him. But unfortunately, every time that I do that, I try to go to the neck because I always get the rear naked choke. But Dariush was surviving very well. He was like not giving the back. He was scrambling, and he is very good at scramble and jiu-jitsu. So I should have kept it striking, or even let him
Just let him up.
Get up. Yeah, let him get up and try to.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling I was way quicker than him. You know, I have the speed advantage. But at the same time, bro, that I fucking smoking cigarettes the whole camp, bro. No, I didn't, but was looking like I did. But I was so fucking tired. I cannot believe myself. I guess when you turn 36, you just be like Gilbert, bro. The guy's out. Tell me your experience with that, because I know you have that happened to you before, bro.
It happened, bro. It sucks. But hey, why you smoking cigarette, bro? Hey, Carlos Prates is looking with better cardio, bro.
Better cardio.
Disrespect.
Brother, to compare me at Carlos Prates is so much disrespect, but not with me, to him. Because motherfucker went 5 rounds. Five fucking rounds. For me now, brother, I am a fucking athlete, bro. I sleep very well. I do all the shit and I get tired. Imagine being a motherfucker that smokes, bro. You know how hard it is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So shout out to Carlos Prates.
Shout out to Carlos Prates.
His cardio got better throughout that fight. Like round 5, he almost finished it in Gary.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Yes. But I have this in my mind. I think if that fight was 5 rounds, I would beat Dariush.
You think so?
Yeah. Can I explain myself?
Please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, because I got tired to a point that I was not getting any tired. Can you understand?
You hit a wall, basically.
I hit a wall, yeah. So
it wouldn't have got worse, essentially.
no, it would not get worse. But in the other hand, he's 15 days older than me. So I think if I keep pushing, he would still get a little bit more tired.
So basically, you didn't lose the fight. You just ran out of time, like Nate Diaz style.
Exactly. I just ran out of time. right when I was like getting back.
Yeah.
But
I think you won't clear that first round. Second round, I think you got a little tired, but I think he changed the strategy. You know what? These guys beating me up on the striking. Let's do what I do good. You know?
but that was my problem because on the second round he knew that he would be fucked on the second round if he didn't do anything.
Yes.
So he on the second round he went to kill or be killed.
Yes.
And then he threw a very powerful punch, and then I fell and I shoot for the takedown, and then he defended the takedown and he fell on the top position. So I was already tired at this point. So that's why I think something was wrong with my. I don't want to give any excuses, but I never get this tired, bro. Never.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And-
you did that. That's what we were saying because you did 5 rounds
With
you
those
what, 2
anjos?
weeks notice.
Yeah.
With those anjos, getting beers. You got beers before the fight and a steak or no?
For this one?
Yeah.
Hell no, bro.
That was the mistake. See,
That
when
was
you
the
did
mistake.
it with the RDA,
Yeah.
you didn't go tired.
That was the mistake. But like I say, that makes my argument even better. You know,
Yeah.
5 rounds I would have beaten him, but it is what it is. But the problem is, like, on the second round, I knew that I was losing. You know, so on the third round, I say, man, I have to go. But then he did very good with the takedowns.
With the scrambles,
I was
yeah.
surprised with the takedowns and the scrambles because even on the second and the third round, he got my back because I had to give up the positions to not be on the bottom. But usually, I can reverse. You know that I
did
almost
one time,
reverse,
You did
but he
one.
got my arm. You know, he's good at the scrambles. That fight was a fight that whoever win the scramble would win the fight, and that's
Yeah.
why he won.
I agree. I think you did good with the knockdown, and I think your best way to win the fight was gonna be by the ground and pound. But he did a good job, like not giving the ground and pound, making little scrambles, and yeah, I think did he surprise you a little bit, or that's kind of like what you expect?
No, he surprised me with that's the problem. I don't really know if he was stronger or if I was weak at that night. I don't know why. I feel like I was not feeling very good. I was not feeling very good, like on the not on the cardio, but on the energy. I was feeling a little bit tired since the beginning, since the first round. That's not so. I was surprised because when he shoot for takedowns, he got his hand locked. When he got the single leg, he took me down easily, you know, and that's why I say after the fight, I need to work on my takedown defense. I need to work way more on my grappling, especially being on the bottom, because people will try to take me down now. People will try to do the same thing. So I will work on that. And props to Dariush. You know, I have been talking a lot of shit, and I will keep doing it. In my next fight, I will double down. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. I don't fucking care. What do you want me to do? Oh, Dariush is good. Fuck. Brother, that's what people don't get. UFC without trash talking, without people promoting fights is fucking boring.
Yeah.
Even Topuria was boring this card, you know?
No,
Even
the
Topuria
press
was boring.
conference was terrible.
Terrible.
You know, nobody promotes anymore, dude. And like, you could being live at the fight, you could see how disappointed people were when you lost because they want to hear you on the fucking mic, bro.
Brother, and I had a good one coming. I had a good one.
Are you gonna save that for your next fight, or are you gonna give it to us right now?
Give it to us a little bit.
No,
us
I'm
a
gonna
bit to
give
give
a little bit. So let me tell you something, my brother. Let me
Trump,
tell you
you
something.
want Trump?
If I got the mic, if I got the mic, I would say 2 things, my brother. You have to understand and realize how a state was created. How we end up in a national state like that, like America, like England, like countries, how they were created. And then you have to read a book. The name is Anatomy of the State, Murray Rothbard. And they are just a bunch of thieves. Back in the day, you know, you live in a fucking village, and then you conquer another village, and you kill everybody, and you take everything for the other people.
Yeah.
Like the fucking Indians
like
back in the day.
Portugal did in Brazil. They go there.
They go over there, they fucking...
Take the
But then they
Indians,
realize, brother, it's better to keep these motherfuckers alive because then we can tax them. So that's what a state it is when a group of people that is stronger, that are more like... they fucking savages. They go over there, They dominate like the Roman Empire did, and they say, hey, now you are citizen of my empire, and then you have to pay your fair share, as they say, you know? And that's what that shit is. So why I was coming to that road? Because, brother, you cannot fight the state because the state is too big. Always start small, like in America. Always start small. If you read the Federalist Papers, you're going to see they were worried. The founding fathers, some of the colonies back in the day, they were worried about the central government, about powerful, because whenever gets grab of power, they're gonna want more power. So the state will always grow, and democracy is not gonna free you from that. Never in the history of society we could evolve with democracy, because some people they love fucking free shit, you know? So you're not gonna solve that shit with vote. I'm telling you, that you think you're a Republican, you think you're a Democrat, you think you do good shit for your fucking country, voting, let me tell you something. This is a fucking scam.
Miami.
What?
Why?
No, I will keep going because I have another thing to say, you know, because
this would be when Joe Rogan would have took the mic back by now.
No.
Let me say something else,
look,
my brother.
Right now, no, because
But he'll make it short.
I will make it short. Yeah, I have time. I'm trying to explain. Over there, I would be better, you know, because
and what's the book? Say the book again.
Anatomy of the State. But I'm not even.
But you say to buy the book. You use the
you don't need to buy.
Moicano.
No, you don't need to buy. You don't need to buy. If you go to the Mises Institute, Rothbard Institute, you can download PDF free. You can have audiobooks on YouTube. Yeah. I'm just telling you to realize what the state is, and democracy is not gonna help you because democracy is. We are full of dumb people voting for stupid things. So the other thing that I would say is study Bitcoin, and that's why you have to learn and read Cypher Diamos, the Bitcoin cycles, the Bitcoin standard. And that's gonna inform you on what is money, what is private property, how the government took money out of the free market, choosing freely by the free market, and is now making you pay taxes on this fucking fiat currency, you know? That is one way. There is two ways to fight the system. Or you can grab guns and try to kill everybody, like they did on American Revolution. I don't like that. So another thing that you can do is put your money outside the legacy system. Don't finance the governments. Don't finance the stock market. Don't finance things that you don't believe. And you can buy Bitcoin and take money out of the legacy system and put it on the clouds and put it on this network. I would say something like that. I never prepare. I don't know exactly what I would say, but these two books come into my mind. Anatomy of the State, to learn and understand how national state was created, and Bitcoin Standard, to know how money was created and how was grabbed from the government.
But that on a promo would be crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would be screaming.
It'd be a different, your adrenaline would be going.
Adrenaline would be going.
Like imagine if Dariush didn't recover off the round one. You know, Moicano would have been all fired up. He would have been yelling that shit out.
It would have changed the whole event.
It would have changed a lot, bro. It would have changed a lot. I mean, what did you make of the event in general, bro? Because like we said, it's just so boring. Like there was some great performances. No, I'm not talking about the actual finishes or fights themselves. I meant the mic, just the talk on the mic. Like we want to see build up to fights. I think that's why so many people want to see Illia versus Paddy, because there really just hasn't been fights in the UFC anymore where people actually fucking hate each other, bro.
Who want to see? I don't want to see these fights.
A lot of people want to see it.
Paddy,
a lot of people want to see that, bro.
I want to see
because Paddy's actually a showman and he talks, and there's going to be a build up.
Who else on the 55 you want to see Topuria against?
I don't think that. I don't like this fight. I like.
But what's the alternative? Sarikian?
No.
Then who?
Hey, what happened to Armand too, Moicano? What happened to Armand? Because when he didn't fight, when you fought, they said was something on his back, and Dana came on the press and said he didn't make weight. Like,
yeah, I think
he didn't make weight, or was his back?
I think what happened was he hurt his back, and then he could not make the weight because.
But he was hurt. He could fight, but just not make weight.
Yes, that's what they're saying, because when he started to cut the weight, he started feeling a lot of pain on his back, and then he could not keep pushing to to get his weight down. I don't fucking know. I haven't seen this motherfucker since the Los Angeles Fight Week. He was not here. I personally don't like to. I have nothing against him. I have nothing against anybody. Like I say, you know, even Paddy, like Maddie is saying, I want to see Paddy versus Topuria. I think that makes sense. I think it's better for him to lose to Topuria than to Gaethje, even though he could win. You know, he could win. But I think the way the world it is, I just hope Paddy beats Topuria, brother. That would be something else. That would be good, you know?
Yeah.
And that could happen, right?
I can tell you one thing. I think Paddy would come out with a better game plan than what Oliveira did, bro. You know, like, and Gilbert said, and again, I lost money, so I can't really say shit because, you know, I bet on the submission. But I also told Gilbert and Moicano, you weren't on the pod for this, but Gilbert said to me, the level of disrespect. But I told you, bro, I said, the way the fight matched up stylistically, I thought it would be easier for Topuria versus than the Volk fight and the Max Holloway fight. And Topuria even said that because he has to chase those guys down, where Oliveira doesn't care. It's a car crash.
But people like forget that you saw that he landed a beautiful elbow on Topuria.
Yeah,
first 15 seconds.
Took him down. So he unfortunately wasn't effective. But people say it was easy, bro. He didn't eat the elbow from Volk. He didn't eat the elbow from
but
Max.
it was
This guy
easy.
don't even try to take him down.
Easy. You have to see the fight. Was easy. First round knockout was easy.
The finish, yes, but I think he got way less damage on the Max fight. On the other fight, he didn't hit the elbow.
Brother, what damage? He was fucking clean after the fight.
I know, but
It was one big elbow. But even the grappling exchanges, I thought Topuria was doing better. And even when Oliveira had his ankle, people made a big deal out of that. But his knee was out of it and everything.
Yeah, you had different options there, but yeah, it sucks.
I mean, let me put it to you this way, bro. In Illia's last few fights, like, he absorbed 9 strikes in that Charles Oliveira fight. He absorbed 79 strikes from Max Holloway. He absorbed 47 strikes from Volkanovski. So I think, you know, the numbers are the numbers. Obviously, that elbow was probably a bigger shot than anything he absorbed from Max and Volk. But I don't know. I mean, I'm with Moicano. I don't know really what matchup interests you outside of the Islam Makhachev matchup. I think you do the Paddy fight, bro. We always talk about how rankings don't matter. It doesn't mean anything. I'll tell you one thing. Paddy opened up as an underdog against Justin Gaethje. It flipped instantly. So he's the bet in favor in that hypothetical matchup. I would take Paddy Pimblett to beat Justin.
You don't think Paddy needed one more fight?
I'm saying we can
Chandler, and then
He needs. But it's not the way UFC works.
I know, and it's not clear number one contender too.
No,
right?
and fuck, they
Exactly.
don't give a shit.
You put
So,
I put
Topuria. I think that's the biggest fight to make.
And what you do with Armand?
Justin and Armand.
Gaethje?
Yeah, Justin and Armand. No, I think Armand will fight Dan Hooker. Do you see
Yes,
they going
yes.
back and forth?
You can tell he wants that fight
Yeah.
as his backup option.
Yes,
For
yes.
sure.
I think he knows. He knows he needs one
And
more.
I can see the UFC doing that because when Justin and Ali came out and said, hey, I want to fight for a belt or retire, I can see the UFC looking at that and be like, okay, we're going to give Hooker, Sarukian, Paddy, and Topuria and let Justin wait.
Yeah.
I can see them doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think that's the way you do stuff.
They don't want to give leverage to the fight.
You don't think so?
I agree. I don't like when the guy say, do that, I'm going to retire. I think
Yeah.
it's a ways to do that. That was not the best way. You know, he just got
Especially
wrong.
publicly.
Yeah, especially the way you lost to... He lost to Max Holloway.
Well, he beat
now
Fiziev after.
And
Yeah.
now he won a title shot. Like,
Yeah.
you still can have a title shot. I just don't think that's the way to say it.
Right.
I'm going to retire. You know?
Yeah, and again, you lost to fucking Max, and then you beat a guy that was coming off 2 losses,
and knee surgery
2 years and knee
everything.
surgery, and then of course it's a good win because Fiziev is very dangerous, but you cannot push for stuff like that. And like I say, man, Topuria is really something else. You know,
guy
he
is
is.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like,
I think he's the best fighter.
And what did you
right now.
you guys his celebration went viral the night before, right? So that
crazy,
dinner
man.
celebration,
Hey, that was crazy.
bro, this, you can say that that's cocky, but I think it makes so much sense. He's so smart and intelligent. He talks about, hey, if I did every single thing I needed to do preparation wise, why would I wait for the result to celebrate? He's like, I came in prepared, so I celebrate before the fight. I think that mindset's incredible.
I
Dude.
get
incredible.
It is incredible, but he's incredible because he paid off.
Yeah.
But the guy go out there and lose, everybody see, crazy.
For sure.
I know.
But you don't have to care about people because people are gonna say regardless.
I know he don't have to care, but you know what I mean. Everything went good because he won.
Yeah, 100%.
But like I said, but that's my problem with this thought process. Was like on the press conference, everybody was saying, "Hey, Moicano, on the press conference, you say you're gonna beat him, you call him old man, and then you fucking lost."
You have to say.
But that's what I'm saying. Like people don't wanna say stuff because they don't wanna be hostage or what they say.
Right.
Like you say, brother, if the guy do the party before the fight, that means he doesn't fucking care, brother.
He don't care.
You know, he doesn't.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you build up this persona of, man, that guy says and
then
does.
Yeah, and then the photos and the videos of him walking out in the highest pressure situation, the dude is smiling and grinning.
Crazy,
I think that was even doper than the celebration.
Crazy.
Like,
That was crazy.
you can't teach that, bro. That guy he has something inside of him where he's like, I mean, you're walking out at the main event of one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, and your first time in a new weight class, and the guy's just smiling, bro. He's not scared at all.
No. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I saw a video. I don't know if somebody did.
Yeah.
But he was saying, "I'm sorry, Charles. I'm gonna do that."
That's
to
very
you.
true. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. That's fucked up, brother.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You walk
see,
into the cage,
you know what's
Charles,
crazy?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna knock
But
you the fuck
bro,
out. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. This is my dream. So I think the aura.
And you know what's the craziest thing about all this? Everyone's talking about how Topuria has the best 3-fight win streak of all time in UFC history, which I totally agree with. But you know what's the craziest part about all of this is it's against 3 of the nicest guys in the UFC. You go from beating Holloway, Volk, Oliveira, all guys he respected. What's going to happen when it's Paddy fucking Pimblett? Because he hates that motherfucker. But he loves the first 3 guys.
But that's the problem. That could change.
Sweet something, right? That
Yeah.
changed
You
something.
think that could
That could
backfire
change.
because of the emotion behind it?
Yes.
Really?
But I don't think he will do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So Paddy's like a 5-1. Paddy would be like a 5-1 underdog in that fight. And Paddy talks about his strategy would be to stay on the outside and just kick this guy.
Do you
Which
remember-
I thought
do you-
Oliveira would do more of.
Do you remember when when Topuria fought Tapturo fought
Josh
no
Emmett?
Bryce, Josh Emmett?
Yes.
He was minus 300.
Yeah.
And I say, brother, put the house on this because sometimes you see the fight and you can tell.
Yeah, just like you told me to put the house on Jose Aldo.
You had a house at that time when we lost the
How many
house
houses
before.
do you have, bro?
We didn't have a house anymore, bro.
There's no houses left,
You
cuz.
forgot the houses that you made betting on me against Sandani, against Charlie Turner.
I did make some.
forget about
Yes,
that?
I did. I did
Hey,
make
I
some.
didn't
houses.
forget about that, brother.
Nah,
That has over 10 houses, but one of the houses. he
One
said-
of
I
the
lost
houses,
one
bro.
house. I had 3, so
This
we're
is
good.
a betting
We're good.
industry. You lose some.
Yeah. All right, I gotta ask you
Talking
guys.
about betting.
Talking
Legendz,
about fight, yeah. Talking about fight.
Yeah.
Who you want to fight next?
man, I'll be completely honest with you. The oldest guy on the division, brother.
Who's the oldest guy?
Not Dariush.
Michael Chandler,
Michael
bro.
Chandler, my brother. I think that fight makes a lot of sense.
There's not a better time for that fight right
No,
now.
I like
that is
it.
not a better
Hey.
time.
Yeah.
That is not a better time for the fight. I have been talking shit for Chandler for so long.
Yeah.
And if I lose to him, brother, I will have to kill myself. That's the
We're gonna have to audit that out so we don't get banned on YouTube, bro.
yeah. No, but I think that's a
How about this, bro? Hanato Moicano versus Michael Chandler. Loser retires.
100%.
I like
Sign
this
the
fight.
contract, my brother.
They were trying to make the Hoofy against Chandler. I don't know if they're going to take this
Yeah.
fight.
Brother, let me
But
tell you something.
Moicano-
If Rufi fought Dariush, he was asking for Dariush. He would knock Dariush in the first round.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
There is no doubt he would get beat by Rufi. And same thing with Chandler. I think, man, Rufi,
I think Dariush would outgrapple Chandler.
Chandler? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I'm saying
Yeah.
Rufi against Chandler. He
Oh
would knock
yeah.
Chandler
As
out.
long as he
Yeah,
stuffs
but-
the takedown, yeah.
But I don't. So if you put Moicano versus Chandler, what you do with Hoofy? Hoofy versus who?
I think they're gonna do BSD in France.
Yes.
I think BSD has opponent already.
No,
Who was the opponent they were saying? I think they had a guy
I
already.
think it was.
saw.
They were talking about
Joel
who-
Alvarez.
No, because he moved up to 170.
Joe Alvarez moving up.
Alvarez moved up.
But
or
who's
is
another
moving up.
guy? Who they say BSD versus who?
Go on the topology. They have the.
I don't know.
Yeah, but anyways, it's a podcast, guys. You
Yep.
cannot be like that.
Yeah.
All right, I want to ask your guys' opinion because after Illia Toporia's iconic 3-fight win streak, he is now the #1 pound for pound fighter. I want to get your guys' opinion on the top pound for pound fighters and where you would put them. We got
Kubich first because he has the worst opinions.
Topuria. All right, so we got Illia Topuria #1, Islam Makhachev #2,
Yes.
Merab #3, DDP #4, Pantoja #5. Then we have Volk, Ankalaev, JDM, Aspinall, and Poatan.
I like the top 5. I won't change the top 5.
So you're going top
I will
5.
change the top 5.
You're keeping it?
No, I change.
What would you change?
Money Moicano in the first.
No. Who am I, bro? I'm a fucking bitch. I
All right,
lost to
who's
an
your
old
top
man.
5? Who's your
Well,
top 5 pound for pound?
100% Topuria.
Yeah.
And then Makashota. And then
Who
And-
been? Who again?
Makhachev. Topuria, Makhachev.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Who is
We
it?
have Merab,
Merab.
DDP, and Pantoja.
Merab, Pantoja, and DDP.
That's my take.
Oh, you just switch.
I'm moving. I'm giving. So Pantoja finally got respect. He moved up like
Yeah.
2 or 3 or 4 spots. But I'm putting Pantoja in front of DDP. He's defended so many times, has made it look so easy.
I agree.
I actually think there's an argument for Pantoja to be at 3 ahead of Merab.
No.
Merab beat all the
That's not-
legends.
that- I
No,
thought about that
agree.
because
Me
Pantoja is
too.
my friend.
Yeah.
But look.
Me
But
too.
Because the
look
guys
at the
Merab is
legends
beating.
that
Exactly.
Merab beat.
But
Exactly.
Pantoja's getting more finishes though.
And that
Yeah,
too.
he getting finished, but against guys that people don't know. And that's the problem with Pantoja and the 125 division.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the day, when Merab go over there and beat like Aldo and beat like all the legends that he
Marlon,
beat.
Henry Cejudo.
Henry Cejudo.
That's
guys
true.
that had history and the fans know.
Yeah.
The fans don't know Cara France, let's be honest. The fans don't know Rival. Most of the fans. I'm not talking about hardcore fans.
I get you.
I'm talking about fans that watch UFC. They don't know these
But
guys.
that for me, that's the same thing with the DDP. I just didn't put him in front of DDP because DDP.
But he beat Adesanya.
Adesanya.
He beat Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland, champ. And Rob Whittaker, former champ. That's why I didn't put Pantoja over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
That's
it's
fair.
good. I like it.
I think Pantoja Merab, either way, I'm not mad. I agree with you after you just said that. Merab does deserve that spot. But I
Merab is
definitely
number
think
3.
Pantoja should be in front of
So
DDP.
the 5 to 10, who is the 5 to 10?
So the 5 to 10,
Yeah, that's crazy.
the 5 to 10 is, or the 6 to 10 is Volkanovski, Ankalaev, Jack Della Maddalena, Aspinall, and Poatan. And then you
I
got
think Aspinall should be on the JDM place. I don't like JDM being 7.
Aspinall deserves more respect. I put Aspinall right up there at 6 or 7.
That's what I'm saying, my
Yeah.
brother.
Ankalaev is one belt.
Why you copy him?
Why you copying him?
All right, where would you put
My guy
Poatan?
just said, I think I put Tom Aspinall. Yeah, I don't like. I put
Yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Aspinall.
yeah. You see that, brother?
What you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Just
Like
because
what
he
you
has an
said.
opinion doesn't mean I can't have a similar fucking opinion, bro.
That's true.
Well, where would you put? So, would you put Aspinall in front of Volkanovski
Aspinall
6, yes.
and Volkanovski 7?
Volkanovski 7.
No, Volkanovski's 5, right?
No.
No, he's 6.
5 is
Pantoja's 5 right now.
Yeah. Don't
4.
Aspinall
Pantoja is
6.
4.
Well, on the actual pound for
Okay,
pound
on the actual
rankings.
ranking. So Aspinall and then Volkanovski and then Ankalaev and then JDM
And Poatan?
and Poatan because Poatan is
Yeah.
is not the champion.
And then you have 11 through 15 as of today is Holloway, Bilal, Saruki, and Hamza and Oliveira.
I think Belal after JDM,
Right after, yeah.
right after JDM,
Yeah, I like that.
and then Belal. Who else?
Holloway.
You have Holloway, Hamzat, Oliveira, Saruki.
And then Hamzat,
Yeah,
Holloway, and Oliveira.
fair enough.
You know, because you like it or not, Hamzat is a beast.
He's a monster, bro.
He's a monster.
So you think
He's
gonna
winning?
Beat,
You think he's beating Dricus?
I hope so.
Really?
But what do
Yeah.
you think? I'm not
I
asking.
think
hope.
so.
Who you
I
think?
think so.
Who you think?
I think so.
Hey, DDP is winning, bro.
I think Drake
Yeah,
is.
I go. So I'm gonna change my
I can't
mind.
count.
1,000%.
Change my mind.
I can't
Change
count
my
out
mind.
Drickus anymore,
Hey,
bro. I just can't.
Drickus, very hard to submit, very strong. You're gonna get beat. You're gonna lose that first round. He might get. He
He just has to
bad,
survive, dude.
But that's it. And then that guy doesn't get tired. He comes back.
How are the odds? What are the odds?
Hey,
It's very close.
put
Odds.
that one house that he has.
I'm
the
done
other
putting
house that he
houses on
has
shit,
the-
bro. No
on
more
Drickus.
houses. I'll
What?
put cars on it. I'm no more houses, bro.
What car? A fucking van?
Let's talk on the Pantoja fight, bro. We gotta cover this because from the second that fight started, he is so aggressive in Kai Kara France's face, bro. I just love how he uses the striking and the pressure to then set up the takedowns because Kai Kara France is an 80% takedown defense. And he made it look so easy. But if you put the striking together and the forward pressure, then it's so easy for him to get guys down and get their backs.
Before 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Before he 10 seconds, he already took this guy
Yeah.
down. Keep improving. Bro, his striking is good. Pantoja has a thing that he scrambles takedowns out of different angles. He sometimes jump to your back. He does that very good. Took this guy down. You blink your eyes. He's on his back already. Almost finished. I think Pantoja, he keep getting better, keep improving. It sucks that just now people kind of see, oh, Pantoja, just now.
Yeah.
But this
But
guy's,
that's good too.
I know, but he's been that guy for like the last
brother,
How old is he
that's
now? Is he 35?
35.
So he's at that age now where everyone talks about, hey, 35 and older, when you're fighting at the championship level, that's when the aggression starts. Do you think a guy like Josh Van, who's 23 years old, has elite boxing, great takedown defense, do you think he's a live underdog, or do you think Pantoja's going to smoke him?
Underdog. For sure, he's a live underdog. But I still think Pantoja beats him. And I think I'm be honest. I'm very impressed with Joshua Van. I'm very hype on him. I like him a lot. His fights are very entertaining.
Yeah.
But his last loss was against Charles Johnson.
Yeah.
And the guy, I think it was an early stoppage, but the guy pulled him away, you know. Crazy uppercut. He felt bad. So I think Pantoja has that ability, you know, to hit hard. Three things that I like a lot in Pantoja. Guy has a crazy chin. Hits very hard and has a good jiu-jitsu, bro.
Yeah.
He's ready to fight a guy like that.
And you forget about something aggressive.
Guy is so aggressive,
He
He
fights
don't care,
like
bro.
he's challenging the
Like
for
he's
the
a dog,
Yeah.
right? Like
He don't
he's
respect anything coming back
No.
at him, dude. He just goes for
No,
it.
so he's a tough fight because of this.
Yeah.
Eventually he might get cut coming forward so aggressive like that. But I just think he gonna grapple this guy. So he's on this guy's back, he's over.
Do you think, because everyone talks about, hey, why not go up and fight Merab? Do you think he ever will? And do you think
I
he has a
hope.
chance in that fight?
I hope he changed that thing because it's nothing to lose to go up and fight freaking Merab and makes a lot
But
of
he's just
money.
doing
get more
so well.
famous.
Like, he can just keep winning, you know?
I know,
What
but
would you do if you're if you're Moicano, if you're in Pantoja's shoes right now and you're just winning, making money, defending
Go
the
up,
belt
bro.
after belt? Would you risk it and go up and fight Merab, or you just keep?
I don't think so.
You
Me,
want it?
Not personally. I don't think so.
you love money.
Yeah, but
If they
I love money
crazy
because I'm
big
not
check.
champion. You know.
No, but crazy big check to go up.
Yeah, but I think personally that doesn't add, you know, because he's way smaller. It's a tougher fight, and the problem is, look, you know that you lose. How many fights you lose right now? 3. I lost 2. Every time that I lose a fight, it's always get harder. Always get harder. 4? You lost 4? Yeah. So you know that because every time that you're going to fight, it's on the back of your head. Man, I lost my last fight. That's the truth. That's the truth. So if Pantoja goes over there at 35 or 36, lose to Merab and I'm sorry, brother. Lose to Merab and then get back to his division, the doubt is going to be there, you know, because he lost. So I would keep the momentum because right now he's so close to be on the, like, to be better than
and there's always new and exciting blood too, like Josh Van, for example.
No, brother, but we have to realize that people call Demetrius Johnson the GOAT, but Pantoja is up there.
He already
sure.
beat one of his records. He get more finishes.
See, that
more
fight
wins.
excites me more, bro.
No more wins.
Because
More
Pantoja
finishes.
wanted DJ to come back. That
But
fight would
DJ
have
No,
been.
but that fight doesn't.
DJ, no, that fight is gone. But
No, I know that. I
DJ
know
has
that.
more title defense. But Pantoja has more finish.
I'm just saying that would make more sense.
And has more winnings over ranked guys. On whole UFC, he has more victories over ranked guys.
I just saw crazy.
So I think Pantoja should try to establish his legacy as the great flyweights of all time. If he moves to fight Merab, he could lose. I think probably he would lose. You know, based on physicality, based on weight. I think it's not an easy fight for him. What do you think?
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. If there's one guy that could maybe scramble and get Merab's back, I think it's Pantoja. But it comes down to is he big enough? You know,
that's the way I see it. If he gotta go up, he gotta put on a size. And I just believe. I think that guy gets on the Merab's back is over.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
But that's the way I see. But I'm looking very positive forward. No, that guy put on weight,
and he's your friend.
And also, Merab might be the bigger guy, but he's not really putting guys away with punches. So I think that kind of helps Pantoja's chances.
Pantoja has a crazy card, a good chin. That's the way I see. You know, like be on the comfort
I'd love
zone,
to see that fight.
Be on that comfort zone for a little bit more. Beat like Joshua Van, get 2 more, and then you know what?
And then you'll be 40.
And then when you're 45.
45 and then you fight Merab.
Yeah.
But did you see what Pantoja said? He wants to do a
catch weight. They never gonna do a catch weight.
Yeah, 130.
They're never gonna do a catch weight.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're never gonna do
it. Gets but if you do that, then it can't be for the belt.
BMF.
They wanna do it. They will never. That was actually a good idea, but it's not happening.
He gave up a little bit of the weight, 5 pounds, and Pantoja too.
It makes sense, but
it's not happening.
No.
It makes sense for us because we like him. But
and the other thing that we're talking about, the pound for pound rankings, you have to take in account Merab Dvalishvili fighting not only old guys but Nurmagomedov too, Uma.
Right.
Uma. So that's why he's number 3.
Yeah. You think Umar would win in a rematch?
No.
I think Merab is going to reign for a little bit. The only guy that can beat him is Corey Sanhagen.
Really?
Well, I think Corey Sanhagen can find that chin with a knee, with something. Corey Sanhagen has the freaking IQ. I think he can. I don't know if he will.
Right.
But if it's one guy in that division they can, I think he's Corey Sanhagen.
Yeah.
And you saw the guy make $2 million. You heard that?
I heard that. I don't believe it, bro.
No, he said he was playing.
He was playing?
I was with him.
$2 million to show the balls, bro. That's
no, that was all promo. Yeah.
No, he said he was playing because he said Mike Perry was too
impressed.
It was too high during interviewing. He would say he was too high. I gotta say something. And he said that
he was taking too much mushrooms.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if he was drinking, but he said the guy was too high that I gotta make some up. But that was funny. I thought, hey, how much you make that? And he said, no, I never made that.
2 fucking million. Mike Perry was like that, man. I will start to do that shit.
That's insane, bro. What do you guys think of Peyton Talbot this past weekend?
Oh, that was a good fight.
It looked good.
That was a good fight.
Improved the grappling a ton.
I was very high in Felipe Lima. I thought Felipe was going to win. I just got crazy with his coach saying, you got to be more confident in your striking. Like, saying that too much.
To Lima or
to Lima.
Yeah,
I almost say that guy's not that guy hitting hard. Relax, let the guy mix it up. Especially what's Peyton Talbot last fight? The Brazilian guy,
Raoni Barcelos.
Raoni took him down and make it look so easy.
Yeah.
See the way Raoni did.
Dude, he's a huge underdog and he pulled it off the upset because of the takedowns.
And he's 38 years old.
But then when you Felipe Lima, you think, man, the guy took him down like that. I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah.
But then freaking Peyton Talbot did. Man, the guy did good homework. Defend all the takedowns.
He definitely improved a lot.
Keep on his feet. Look very confident.
You know what the problem? I was talking to Felipe Lima before the fight.
Yeah.
And I asked him, what's the game plan? You're going to shoot? And he say, it's MMA. Yeah, it's MMA. Like no game plan, you know? So he went over there and tried to...
Yeah, I think nowadays you got to have at least a plan, or at least that's the way I want to fight. I'm going to keep more on the feet. Eventually I'm going to mix it up. You need to have an idea. You don't need to be a game plan, super game plan, because sometimes...
Yeah, like a game plan, that means 2 minutes I'm going to shoot for takedowns. Yeah. But if the guy is better striker than you, you have to.
You have to
grapple.
Up.
Yeah.
You even got nowadays so many stats that you can show the guy throw a lot of jabs. The guy's a great striker, but he throw a lot of jabs. He get to a point that I'm gonna get whenever he jabs, I'm gonna counter and look for a takedown. Like he's so much stats, you gotta make it a little bit of strategy. I don't think you gotta make a full crazy strategy because sometimes it's not gonna work. And like I wanna go back to a point, just let it pass, but I forget because you were saying that Charles Oliveira fought bad against Topuria, but I think the way to beat Topuria is gonna be if you fight like freaking Ian Gary. Touch him, move him, move him, move.
Yeah.
I just don't think Charles can do that. Right?
It's not
Charles,
his
He
style,
never
yeah.
did.
that's the thing. He never did. It's like, hey, Damian Maia, go there and knock this guy out. Like,
Yeah.
he's a,
I just thought that he could have stayed more in kickboxing range, at least through kicks up the middle and then calf kicks and stuff.
Me too. I
At
thought
least
he was
soften him
gonna
up
do
a
the
little
same.
bit.
But the guy comes in too, you know. Charles didn't. I think he didn't rush forward that much.
Yeah.
But he likes to be on the inside, you know, and the guy.
Yeah.
I think I saw Paddy Pimblett calling Charles amateur. Did you see that?
Really?
He was saying, man, he has like 40 plus fights and he looked like an amateur. But and me personally, I think if the fight got to the 50th round, Charles will be fucking. You know, I don't think he did.
He went out. You're saying he went out on a shield, like
Yeah,
he
he
went
went out
for
on a
it.
shield,
Kill or
yeah.
be killed.
Yeah.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think 5 rounds against Topuria trying to
Look at Josh Emmett, bro.
Look at
You
Josh
go 5
Emmett,
rounds at
yeah.
Topuria, that's life changing damage,
changed
bro.
this guy like
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson with Justin changed these guys.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better just to get knocked out in the first.
and I think and honestly he tried to keep the fight on the feet. He started with the kicks. He tried to take the guy down. He just couldn't. That's why when I see the strategy, the guy was so amateur, so dumb. Bro, he tried taking him down. It
Yeah.
didn't work, but he tried, you know.
But what's next for Charles after that?
Charles, I think he got to take 6 months off.
Yeah.
And 1,000% caution Shelby and tell him that I told him that he got to fight Max Holloway. After Max Holloway fight with Dustin, Dustin's out. Dustin's retired. Max rest a little bit because next month this guy fighting December, January.
Yeah.
You
So it
make
doesn't matter.
Make it be a match.
Doesn't matter if he win or lose to Dustin.
Doesn't matter. You gotta make it Charles.
I like
because
that.
Those are
And
two,
I'm glad because we were talking about that fight last pod.
Those are two
I want to hear
legends.
Moicano's take on this because Gilbert said he would take Oliveira. I said I got Max Holloway in that fight all day. Who would you take in a pick'em?
Max versus Oliveira?
Yeah.
That's a good fight right now. It's a different fight.
Man, it's so tough. That fight would be so tough. Do you remember he lost to him?
Yeah.
At 45?
Yeah, but his collarbone went out like crazy.
Right.
I think
And this would be at 55.
Max
55.
Holloway.
I do too.
I think Charles.
I think he has to survive the first round and he's good for Max.
I don't know, but it's a good fight. I like this fight.
It's a great
And
matchup.
Two legends.
Yeah.
These guys, I don't know if they're gonna.
I
make
think they will
another
make
run
that
for-
fight, bro.
I don't think they're gonna make another run
Unless
for the
if-
title.
but
And
if
they
Max-
make it BMF for a big boy, it's a good fight.
I mean, if Max knocks out Poirier, do you think that he could get a title shot at 55?
oh,
No.
I don't think
You
he
don't
can
think?
knock out Poirier, bro. That's my thing. You think he can?
I'm not saying he can. I mean, Gage, you did it with the head kick.
Oh, if he does,
If he does,
Yeah,
Max
if he-
Holloway's a star, bro.
Max
They might-
Holloway's a star. If
Yeah.
he does, way better option than Paddy Pimblett.
I mean, look how fast they moved him up the rankings at lightweight. You saw
No,
that in
but
his
he was
first
a
fight.
former champion. Yeah.
That guy,
I know, but-
And
that
he
guy-
beat Gaethje.
Yeah, he beat
Right,
Gaethje.
right.
And it was at
They
300
put him
in
in
an
the
exciting
front of Gaethje.
fashion.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but that's my point. Is like if he knocks out Poirier,
Brother,
they're
you
gonna be like,
just
fuck
said
it.
not long ago, ranks don't matter. Now you say why they drop him on the 5th. Come on, bro.
They're gonna do whatever is best for the company.
I agree, bro. That's why I said
do
I
you
think.
But I
think
think
there is
I-
a? Do you think there is a world that
Say again,
Dustin-
say again, say
world?
again. Oh my!
I already know you're gonna say
world.
Dustin Poirier wins and then fights to Poirier, right?
Yeah, there is a world on that.
I think the competitor in Dustin wants to test out the boxing
I
against
think he
Illia.
would
bro.
have a bad. I think he would beat Topuria.
That'll be a good fight.
You think Dustin would beat
Yeah,
Poirier?
yeah.
How does he get it done?
Man, knockout decision.
I like this.
He's a good boxer, brother. You.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm asking. I love Dustin. I love Dustin Poirier.
I thought you say like.
No, I love
you guys
Dustin
talking.
Poirier.
Now you guys talking because Dustin versus Topuria, I like it. I'm a fan. Max versus Topuria, I like. Even Justin Gage versus Topuria, I like it more than Paddy.
Yeah.
Just as a fight, don't.
Yeah.
On a promotion, Paddy gonna do a good job. It was sausage.
See, I like
Little sausage. Did you see the
a little
Did you see the
sausage.
photo of him looking to Topuria's son? He was fucking mad.
Oh,
with
dude,
the
that was
kid, bro.
hilarious, bro.
Why? He was
You
so
saw that
mad.
photo?
No.
You didn't see it? I'll show you it. So, Gilbert, I personally like Poirier versus Topuria way better than Gaethje versus
So
Topuria.
put your top 5 versus Topuria. Who you want first?
Poirier number 1.
Topuria versus Dustin. Then Topuria versus who?
Patty.
Max.
Topuria versus Topuria
Patty
versus
and Dustin are my
Dustin
1 and
is
2.
the best one that we
Dustin.
have.
Patty and
Number one.
Dustin.
Number two.
Or no, we go
Number
Dustin
two,
1.
Max.
Dustin
No,
1.
no,
Pat.
no,
No, 'cause we
Patty.
already saw Max. I want Dustin number 1 as my top Poirier or my top Topuria matchup. I want Patty as my top 2.
He's just saying what I'm saying.
No, I
bro.
said it first, bro.
No, I say first.
Nah, I said that shit
just
first.
said
Yeah, just say, bro.
Hey,
Huh, did I not say that first?
copycat.
You're
Copycat.
trying to kill me, motherfucker.
No, I'm telling you. You know what my top 3 is, and you're not gonna like this, but it's Mauricio Ruffi. That's my 3rd favorite
No,
matchup.
Against Topuria?
I like it,
Yes.
but not
No,
now.
calm
I
down,
like
calm
it.
down.
I
like
understand,
it,
but you're just
but
asking me
not
what my
now.
favorite matchups are. That's my
I
favorite.
like it too. I'm Brazilian. I'm friends with the I like
Yeah.
it too, but not now. The guy reaching potential that he's such a big star now to Puria, that's gonna be hard to make it.
I'm just
One
saying from
thing-
a pure
one thing that-
stylistic fight perspective, I like that.
That's why I think UFC is crazy to get.
There is one guy that I don't want to watch.
Who?
Ahmad Sarukian against Topuria.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be honest.
I don't think anyone wants to see it.
Me too.
But I think
just
that is one of
I
the-
just
but
got
do you
so
think-
mad that the guy on the title fight? You know, like man, you gotta show up.
I was so
know.
happy.
But do you think Sarukian?
No, I know, but think about it.
Maybe you mad. I was happy.
No, for sure you were happy. But think about it. If it was,
Yes.
if it was
We
your
made
shot,
it.
Yeah, be honest, bro. Be honest, bro. You at
be
least
honest right now.
Yeah,
if it was your shot, you
I would not. I would not.
You're gonna make it for sure.
Yeah.
be
You're gonna
honest, bro.
walk in-
You at least
you're gonna-
send Sarukian like a little Bitcoin or Venmo or something for
You're
that.
gonna walk that to
He
the
doesn't
fight.
need, bro.
Hey,
Oh, I forgot. Yeah,
Fucking billionaire.
yeah,
Hey.
That's what make it even worse, bro.
yeah.
Moicano,
Motherfucker is a billionaire.
Moicano. hey,
You know, number one contender and billionaire, bro.
But-
Fuck you.
hey, if your back hurts making weight, you're gonna fight for the title. What are you gonna do?
100%.
Walking that to the fight, but you're gonna
Yeah,
make it to the
100%
fight.
no.
I
And
just-
especially now, people gonna see you cannot do that with UFC because
No
UFC
way.
is gonna fucking.
You think it's
penalize
better
you.
to just lose
Show up,
Show up
do
and
your
lose,
thing,
then-
bro.
then drop
no,
out.
show
I
up
think
and,
so.
and
Yeah.
give your best. Like try it.
Yeah.
Like
Just
Because
jump,
you never
Bro,
know,
you
right?
don't- you
just
don't-
jump guillotine
bro,
or some
don't-
shit.
like if you don't show up, I think it's worse than
Yeah.
show up and like
That's
no
fair.
show up is crazy. So
I don't think Ahmad Sarukian has a lot of fans, right?
I mean, he's definitely not. He don't have superstar status. I don't know if he.
no, but I don't think he have the charisma too. Like he don't have.
Yeah,
Like I just don't. Me as a fan, I like the guy fighting.
yeah.
That's it.
His
I'm
striking's
not
gotten a
gonna
lot
watch
better
his
too.
sport.
He's getting knockouts and stuff. And
No, I like the way he
I
fights,
agree with you,
and I'm
yeah.
a fan. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna watch his interview. I'm not gonna watch his press conference. Oh, he's going to that show. I'm not. Gonna,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
fair.
not entertaining for me.
fair.
But as a fighter, the guy inside of the cage, I like it. You know, guy fights very,
Yeah.
very good, high level.
For sure. All right, we got a lot of future fight announcements. All of these fights are going to be presented by our sweepstakes partner.
Modelo. Special.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
All of these future matchups are
When you watch UFC, they don't say that. This fight is
Modelo.
presented by Modelo. Special.
Modelo's got to pay, bro. All of these matchups are presented by the official sweepstakes partner of the Show Me the Money podcast, Legendz. Legendz with a Z.
What's up, Legends? With the Z.
It's 100% free to play, so you guys can go on there right now. Link in the
It's
description.
free to play.
It's free to play. It's sweepstakes. So you can make your fight picks, climb the leaderboard, and win real prizes. Go check that out. The link in the description. Let's dive into some of these future fights here. The only real fight today obviously we have Holloway versus Poirier coming up in 2 weeks, where they have Max Holloway listed as a small favorite. We also have Rob Font versus
Fuentes.
Chiwiwiwi.
Robinson Fuentes.
We have Michael Chandler versus Moicano.
Easy money.
And we have Carlos Prates versus
Imagine
Geoff
that,
Neal.
brother.
I don't think.
Imagine
it's
losing to
Gilbert,
Michael
let me
Chandler.
ask you this, bro.
Yeah.
If Moicano were to fight Michael Chandler in 3 months, how would you line that fight? Who would be the favorite and what would the odds be?
That would be a good fight. Unfortunately, I think that's the fight to make it. But I just think just because you said the Topuria and Rough thing, I think UFC's.
But what would you line the
pressuring.
fight? What would the odds be?
Yeah.
I think UFC's pressuring Chandler so much to make that Ruffy fight because then can be a main event. You know,
Yeah.
They want to build Ruffy off of
Yes.
Chandler.
Yes.
But what would you make the odds of Renato Moicano versus Michael Chandler? What are
I
the better
trained
odds?
Hey, brother,
Chandler,
you put
bro.
me on the
Why-
spot.
Why he put me on the spot,
Yeah,
bro?
Moicano doesn't care.
I care.
Moicano says tell the truth.
I care.
But you think he'd be a favorite,
I
right?
think he'll be a favorite.
Yeah.
Are
So do
you
I.
kidding me, bro?
Chandler coming from what? 3 losses? No, one.
He lost to Paddy Pimblett,
3
bro.
losses. Paddy, you wait.
Do you think Paddy Pimblett will lose to Dariush? Be honest.
No, I don't know.
Hey, that'll be a good fight. Don't. Why you guys, man, killing Dariush?
Well, Paddy could get if Paddy gets a knockout on the feet, then
That
it's
was
his
not the
fight.
I
question.
don't
That's
think
not
he
the
can.
question.
He doesn't have that knockout power that put people out like that.
I think Paddy Pimblett would win.
You do.
Very
think-
tough fight, bro. I don't know. I think Benil can take him down, bro.
Maybe.
And Benil on top
Maybe.
there is gonna be a good.
I would like to
control.
see that, brother. That would be good for me.
Michael Chandler's lost 3 fights in a row, Gilbert.
Yeah,
If Paddy
3.
Pimblett goes over there,
But I do believe me right now. UFC's, bro. We need to make Rufi a superstar. Chandler, take that fight. We're gonna give a little bit more cheese, but take that fight. You know, I think
That's just such a bad matchup for Michael Chandler.
yes.
he's a bad matchup to a lot of guys on the
Right.
UFC.
Yes.
All,
He would just get sniped so badly.
Who be another guy? If Chandler says no, if Chandler fights you, who you put against Rufi?
Benoit Saint-Denis, like I say.
Benoit
It's definitely Benoit or Chandler. It has to be. Because you need a big enough name for it to matter for him.
Yes. For you to
Benoit.
matter.
And Alvarez is gone now. Who else is really...
And Alvarez was not that big.
Who's that?
Name?
Right.
Who is Benavides? Look at this guy.
Fuck, Benavides is fucking 25.
You got Terrence
Benavides fought
McKinney,
Jake
bro.
Paul, bro.
Terrence McKinney against Ruffy?
Yeah.
That fight doesn't make any sense.
Any
I
sense,
don't-
bro.
it's fun fight. I don't know. You guys asked who else is there?
No,
though?
you gotta be a ranking guy.
Well,
You
who
know,
else is there?
Three wins, 3 finishes.
Maybe, no, and they would not do like Dawson. They would not do Dawson.
I think that would be a great test. I would do this fight.
They're
That's
not
too
gonna do-
risky because Dawson's going to take him down
too
and hold him
risky.
down.
Yeah.
How about Dan Hooker and Rufi?
Dan Rookie and Hoofy, but they're not gonna.
I don't
do
think
it.
Dan Hooker would
They're
take
gonna put Fiziv or Armand
that.
Sarukian.
You could go, yeah.
Fiziv and Rufi.
It's either Faziv, Benoit,
Man,
or
Fiziv and Rus.
It's gonna be either-
And Fiziv and Rufi is a good fight.
it's going to
Great
be either
fight.
be Faziv, Benoit, or Chandler.
And Fiziv wants to fight big.
No, Bahamondes just lost.
Yeah.
And what you said, Benavides.
Bahamondes. No, I
And
mean,
Bahamondes is a good one. I don't think they're making.
yeah.
They took Bahamondes out of the rank.
Yeah.
Wow, they took Bahamondes out of the rank.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Wow.
All right, Rob Font versus
The level-
Chiwiwis. Moicano, who you got, bro?
Man, unfortunately, I think the ugliest motherfucker will lose, bro.
You think he's going to lose?
I think so.
I think
Robbie
he can get-
Fontes is very good takedown defense.
Fuente is good jabs.
Very good boxing.
movement.
Why do you think Rob Font is good takedown defense?
He has to good.
Gilbert, what do you think?
I gotta look more into this fight
Yeah.
because I'm
Corey
a big-
Sandhagen took him
I'm
down
a
like
big
100
fan of
times, bro.
Chiwiwiwi jiu-jitsu.
Bro,
I think-
Moicano, he has a 42% takedown defense.
Look
Oh,
how much I have on defense.
Chiwiwiwi wins.
Hold on. I want Moicano. I got to hold Moicano accountable for this. Gene Matsumoto took down Rob Font 7 times. Kyler Phillips took him down 4 times. Corey Sandhagen took him down 7 times. Davison Figueiredo took him down 4 times. I think it's a terrible matchup for him.
Chiwiwiwi wins. After that,
I think
Yeah,
Chi-
Chiwiwiwi
after
wins.
that,
Yeah, Chiwiwi by
I
decision,
don't
bro.
know why. The guy just look like he has a
Hey,
good takedown defense.
now-
I look at him and say, hey, you know what? This motherfucker probably is a boxer. You know?
Yeah.
When somebody's a boxer, they have good takedown defense, right?
Usually.
Usually.
Not always. I don't
No.
know.
when the guy kicks, he get good, strong hips. But
Yeah.
when they don't kick, no.
Yeah, so fuck you, Robbie Fuentes. You're gonna
Hey,
lose, bro.
But
Unfortunately.
look at the camera and he sent a good message of a Chiwiwiwi.
Good message to
You
Chiwiwiwi.
think he's, you
I
think
thought you
he's ugly,
apologized to
but you're a fan.
Chiwiwis, bro.
I'm a huge fan of Chiwiwiwi, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Chiwiwiwi, my brother,
But-
because he's the ugliest motherfucker on the business. No, no.
You know, like a lot of the media companies will be like on Twitter, they'll be like Moicano Fight Week, and they'll just play the clip of you saying that about Chiwiwis from like
Yeah,
from a
what
year
the
ago.
fuck, bro? That was a fucking 2 years ago, bro. Now the guy's
Yeah,
handsome,
Gilbert
bro.
was so mad when you said that, bro. He's like, "Fuck, dude, put me in such a bad spot."
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just how you said
But
it. You were
tell
like
him
the
you like
ugly.
But tell him you like him. Tell him you like him.
I like Chiwiwiwi, bro. And actually, I will be cheering for you. I thought that because he lost to Rodriguez,
Yes.
and Rodriguez
That
was not.
But he won
Rodriguez
his last
is that
two
good.
fights.
Rodriguez is.
Christian Rodriguez is
Yeah.
good, bro. Very good.
That was
Do
also
you
a
think
while. That was also
Christian-
a while ago.
Yeah, but he won 2 more fights after that.
Yeah.
He's on the way. He's what, 19 now?
19?
19 or 20? I
No,
don't
bro,
know.
19. What
Nah,
the
I think
fuck?
he's older now. I think he's 20 at least.
Your son is
27?
19, bro. You
20,
fucking kidding me?
27? These guys age quicker than us.
Yeah, this guy is like
guy 27.
He's on some
He was,
Jose Aldo
he
stuff.
was 18 last year, but now he's 27.
He was born in 2004, Gilbert.
Do the math. How much? Hey,
Dude, he's
2 plus
21,
2?
bro. He's 21.
How
He's turned.
much is 2
He's
plus 2?
turning 21.
How much 2 plus 2 times 2? How much?
Bro,
I don't know even times.
Hey,
What time?
I
Fala
already answered
português.
this.
2 plus 2,
Fala português.
2 mais 2 vezes 2. The guy making it.
16.
6.
Why? Cheater, see? Cheater, that algebra, my guy. You gotta change that a little bit.
2 plus 2, 4.
Yeah. No, but Kyle was right earlier. It's because you do the multiplication first. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. You tried to say that wasn't the reason, though. You lied. You lied.
Yeah. This motherfucker don't even know why.
Algebra, bro. Algebra. You skip that class.
But I mean, if it's written down as 2 plus 2 times 2 equals question mark, then when you look at it written down, you're like, oh, you do the multiplication
Why-
first.
why is
Why
But when
giving
Gilbert
him the
says
answer?
it on the podcast or says it to you in
Why
person,
giving him the
you think of
answer?
it as, oh, 2 plus 2, then times 2.
I remember PEMDAS in school, parentheses.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
He don't know. He just got your answer. And he put on the computer now, and then the computer says,
ChatGPT.
yes.
Hey, ChatGPT is nasty.
1000%.
I'm going to take
Bro,
people job.
I had the whole wedding laughing their ass off at my best man speech for my brother because I used ChatGPT, bro.
Really?
So I wrote my whole speech from my heart, and then I gave it to ChatGPT. I said, make it better, make it funnier, critique it, and they sent it back to me, and it cooked.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Now you let
It's
the
still,
people know.
I don't care. It's still my own speech.
Wow. It's not your own.
Yeah, it's not.
I wrote the whole speech, and they
No.
made it better.
Why? If you
Yeah,
wrote,
so that's why it's not
wow,
yours.
that's why it's not yours because
They
they make it
tweak
better.
different words.
They
and
make
shit,
it funny. And they that's better. So it's not yours.
Bro. All right, so if someone does a best man
The
speech and asks
computer.
their friends to help them, that's the same. That how's that any
No,
different?
I'll do my homework.
It's
I'm
different
gonna
because
thinking
ChatGPT
about
did
it.
do the
is
homework.
fucking better than your friends.
That's true. That's true. All right, respect.
Wow, the level of disrespect, bro.
Yeah, bro. They're going to ask for a fucking knucklehead to help you, and then you have ChatGPT. That's the best tool.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow,
All right.
wow. I'm gonna call you brother, bro.
He already knows, bro. He's not stupid. All right.
Maybe a little. No.
Moving on. Did you guys see Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis's fight this
Wow.
past weekend, bro?
How did he march to the cage, bro? The guy was so
What kind of
mad.
can we see an imitation of Strickland
That guy
marching
was
to the
so
cage, bro?
mad.
I don't know. He just look old, bro. The way, like with hip pain, you know, like walking like,
Bro,
I'm here, motherfucker. If I could,
what did you
if
say?
I was your age,
And he
you know?
threw 2 right hands and he missed both.
Remember, he was looking like, yeah, he looked so old. Like when
I can't wait for Sean Strickland to comment on this video, bro. It's gonna be hype.
That guy was so mad, bro.
He was pissed, yeah.
Oh, he was so
He
mad.
was fucking
I
mad.
actually
Moicano, did you know that
respect
guy's a cop?
yeah.
The fighter's a cop. Did you know that?
him. No.
No.
He's a police officer, bro.
So he could kill.
He's gonna arrest Sean Strickland for assault, dude.
Yeah. So, but let me ask you
He
something.
could get his opponent for assault if his opponent beat him up.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He could.
What do you make of that whole thing though? Because the guy did like grab his nuts and like he really egged him on.
Because I think they were saying something. The guy didn't do that for no reason, you know.
All right, we're
No,
watching a
that
clip
thing
of this
was-
shit. Yeah, we need a side by side of Moicano
Look
and
at him
Strickland doing
marching,
that, bro.
bro. It was so
Bro,
funny.
that's old man shit, bro. You know?
If you
The
make,
motherfucker, hey, don't
if you put that
trespass, you
on,
trespass.
if you put that on his speed, it's gonna be so funny. That
Yeah,
guy
it's
walking
fucking
like that, making him walk on the line.
But I
you
didn't
know?
know. I didn't even know. Well, like Curtis Blades was on the same
Chris
court.
Curtis, bro.
Chris Curtis. They're not the same. They're not the same.
Oh,
They
shit.
brothers. They brothers.
Curtis Blades.
They brothers. Brothers.
I can't take
Motherfucker
it
say
anymore.
Curtis
bro.
Blades.
My
Chill.
Say
No,
my-
no. Hey, can Gilbert say that? He's black enough to say that?
The any word. Say
The
the any
N-word?
word.
No, bro, that's
Say
not.
Chris Curry,
My G. What's
my
up, my G?
real any word. Right?
Yeah.
My real
What's
go.
up, my G?
Chris Curry, my real go.
I want you to say that.
Oh my god.
Say that.
bro.
Say that. Say
Yeah,
that.
we're getting canceled, bro.
Yeah.
Carlos Prates versus Geoff Neal. Who you got?
Carlos Prates, 100%. Easy money.
That's a good fight, but I like Carlos on that fight. But that's a
KO
good
or
fight.
decision?
Decision.
No, that's go to a war decision, and I think, bro, people count Geoff Neal out. That guy's he's like a freaking truck.
Yeah.
Get crazy power, crazy, and he can take a lot too. He don't like so. I don't like a little bit the way Carlos Prates saying, "Oh, that's an easy fight. Give me Geoff Neal." I don't think it's an easy fight for anyone.
Yeah.
Geoff Neal, and Geoff Neal is coming out of hand surgery, right? He broke his hand
Something,
when
yeah.
he was gonna fight Carlos, and then he got back, and then I just think it's gonna be a war. I got Carlos Prates, but I don't think it's an easy fight. I think it's a war.
Bro.
And Carlos Prates is freaking tall, bro. I gotta say that.
Yeah, he's long
Bro,
too,
that
man.
guy.
His
I
reach
know
is
he was long,
insane.
he was tall, but when I saw him in Vegas,
Yeah.
bro, that guy was freaking tall. He and
Borralho?
the other tall guy. Sorry, I forgot his name.
170?
170. Ryan, what was the guy's name?
Brian Battle?
Brian Battle.
The guy that lost to him. That kind of beat him.
Oh,
I
Randy
think.
Brown.
Randy Brown.
Yeah.
Randy Brown and this guy side to side, they the same. They
That's a good matchup.
freaking tall, bro.
Yeah.
I look at him and say, man, that guy's tall.
What the fuck, mate?
By the way, bro. Gilbert,
Say again.
You say it.
What the fuck, mate? No, I cannot say that.
by the
What
way,
the fuck you smoking, Gilbert?
by the way, Gilbert. By the way,
What the fuck, Mike Gilbert?
Say he's gonna take it out. Go.
No.
no, you know, because Moicano knows that Moicano or Kyle doesn't take shit out.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then Moicano texts me. Moicano texts me after the pod, brother, take this out.
Hey.
Like, fuck.
See, he's gonna take it out.
What's up, my G? No, let's go.
Gilbert, by the way, the
Bro.
level of disrespect on all of us right now. We didn't even talk about Robocop's knockout, dude.
Bro, that was crazy.
That was the most insane. I thought he was dead, dude.
Everybody thought.
I thought
But
he.
before that, you see that Jackie Hermanson is like win, lose, win, lose. Did you see his record?
Like every other, yeah.
He's like win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. So we have a pattern over
But
here.
they giving him a good fight. They giving him a monster.
And
But
who-
he beat Joe Pyfer. That was a very
And
good
bro,
win.
speaking of Joe Pyfer, Gilbert, tell me you disagree with this, but I need to see RoboCop versus Joe Pyfer, dude.
Me too.
That
but
fight is an absolute
I
great
agree.
matchup.
I agree, but they gotta. I do believe this guy gotta be well.
Prepare.
No, they gotta.
Okay, compensate.
They gotta be compensated super well because it's gonna be a war.
Yeah,
One guy's
yeah.
going down for sure.
Well paid, yeah.
So they gotta be. I don't think it right now because right now I don't think they're gonna make enough
Money.
cheese for
Cheese.
this fight. I just think
Chandler
wait
is getting the cheese.
Wait for these both guys get ranked and make
Chandler is
that
getting beat, bro.
BMF.
That's fair. So who do you-
middleweight BMF?
So who do you want to see for RoboCop as the next opponent then?
Old and easy fight.
Yeah.
RoboCop?
An old guy. Tell me an old. I'm just kidding.
Hernandez.
No, Hernandez fighting
talking about-
Romando Lidzi.
Talk about Fluffy.
Fluffy's fighting.
That is not an easy fight for anybody, bro.
And he's fighting Romando Lidzi. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
Romando
fight.
leads.
Hey, the middleweight has a couple nice fights closer. But you said Brandon Allen and Vittori is out?
I think so, right?
It's off?
I don't know.
Brandon Allen,
Because
Vittori's-
we got Roman Kopilov and Paulo Costa will be a good one. Rene de Ridder.
I was gonna say
versus
Paulo Costa is a perfect matchup, bro.
Rene
They-
de
they-
Ridder, Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vittori,
Roberto Whittaker.
and Brandon Allen, Hernandez and Romando Lidzi. Cannonier has a fight not yet, right?
Well, he just fucked in here.
But I think he got a fight. He fight MVP in Abu Dhabi.
Ah, that's true.
No, I'm saying RoboCop just fucked in.
No, I know, but I'm saying the whole division. Everybody has a fight. Cannonier is
Who else
fighting.
can you give RoboCop though? You know,
Abus Magomedov.
Yes, that's what
number 15 right now.
okay, that's fair.
But taking
Fair
Abuz
enough.
out, you see, Roman Kapilov has a fight with Paulo Costa, René De Rida, Robert Whittaker, Breno Allen, Marvin Vettori, Anthony Hernandez, Romando Lidzi, Jerry Cannonier, MVP, Caio Borralho, Imavov. The only guy that's waiting right there is Adesanya, but he already called out to Strickland. So the whole division is matched up. Everyone on this division has a fight. Only Abuz and Magomedov don't have a fight. Every single one of the. I like when the division is busy like that. Everybody has a fight coming up.
Yeah.
Everybody's kung fu fight.
What about Andre Petrosky, bro?
He lost his last fight.
Who's that? He lost. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of other guys to match him
No,
up with. It's like,
Abuz. Why you asking another guy, bro? Abuz.
Abuz.
That's it.
Magomed-
Like I said,
Magomed-
Charles
Magomed
Oliveira
Kari.
versus
Bam.
Max Holloway is done deal. Gregory Robocop versus Abuz Magomedov is done deal.
Yeah.
Tell me another fight.
Elias Topura
Chandler-
versus Freddie Flintstone.
Chandler versus Moicano.
Money
Not done deal
Moicano.
yet because
Chandler versus no
I
money
think
Moicano.
Chandler might be Hoofy, right? If Chandler fights Hoofy, who you want to fight?
The easiest fight on the host.
Who? Who's the easiest fight?
Yeah, Benoit Sandin is pretty easy, bro. Don't fucking know.
Dan Hooker?
Yeah, but they're not gonna give
they're
you
not
that.
going to give you Dan Hooker.
No.
So
That'd be nice, though.
So then we got after you we got you number 12. Now we got Chandler 13, Benoit Sandini 14.
What about
Alvarez 15?
Bahamondes, bro?
Grand Dawson 15.
He's coming off a loss.
Who?
Manel Cop. Bobby Green,
Yeah, Bobby Green's good.
That's a good money, right?
That makes sense.
Bobby Green.
Chase Hooper, bro.
Chase Hooper makes sense.
Chase Hoop is fighting. He got a fight right now.
That's
I just
right,
saw.
yeah.
He's fighting who? He's fighting.
It's a good fight. It's Alexander Hernandez.
He's fighting Alexander Hernandez.
Easy money
For?
for Chase Hooper.
You want Clay Guida, bro?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Send me the old people, bro.
Matt Frivola, Drew Dober, you already fought.
Hey, I don't even think about that. They let the
No.
fight.
Fair enough.
Who?
They offer me Chandler.
Gilbert,
I'm
what's
if
good with
not-
this Michael Chiesa fight, bro? Is this shit happening?
Yeah, that's good. Good question. Two old
Yeah.
motherfuckers
I like
trying to
that
set
fight.
up a beef, bro. They have a
He's a very nice guy.
Those
bro.
guys are never gonna
I
beef.
tried to make a beef, but he saw me twice. And oh, what's up with that? I said, oh my god.
and then
He's
you have
such
to
a-
say, "Os."
I'll be honest. The event was nice. Only people invited. I like it, and I like that Katie Rutuolo is already talking with the UFC. I think those young guys, they go and they make a crazy fight with a lot of scrambles. I think sports just gonna grow. And UFC has so many sponsors that they say, hey, you're paying a lot for the UFC. Give me a little more for the BJJ here, and then they make the whole thing. They have the whole production already. UFC Apex. I think they're gonna keep growing.
I think it's smart, dude.
I like it, you.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody from the production of the UFC, and they say the power slap is killing. Power slap.
Power slap. Everybody was saying that you heard that.
Well, I think because they've set up a very good business model.
They say, like, imagine UFC being a podcast.
Yeah.
Power slap is like only the cuts, only
Hey.
the highlights.
Right.
Let's do a betting on a power slap.
I'm down. You know what's crazy is I went
No, you didn't understand.
Yeah.
You
didn't.
slap him and he
yes,
slap you.
Yes. If I win, I slap the crap out of you. If I lose, you slap me.
Man, I think that's
What fight are we picking though? All right, well, we're gonna do that on the Max Holloway Dustin Poirier fight.
Who you picking?
live.
I'm
Oh, let's
picking
watch
Dustin.
live the fight?
Yes.
Let's set up.
Let's
watch
have our
live.
first watch party next weekend.
And then if you lose,
and I'm
if
watch-
you lose,
and I'm picking
I slap
Dustin.
you.
Can
If
I get
he
a leg
lost,
kick instead
I
of a
slap
slap?
you.
No. Power slap.
All right, fine.
But how that gonna
Alright,
work?
fine.
How that gonna work?
No, we're gonna.
Who you taking though? I'll take the opposite of who you pick.
Oh, you let me pick?
I'm letting you pick, even though
No,
I'm
tira para o ímpar, Gilbert.
a big Dustin Poirier fan, but I like either guy to win. Like either
Me
guy
too.
can
I'm
win.
a fan of both.
Yeah.
Too. So let's not do this fight. We're doing that.
No,
Okay,
no,
I
no,
like
no.
that. I like that. I don't want to do that fight. Let's do a different fight.
I like both guys.
I do too. Hold on, let's look at the
Okay,
card.
so let's do.
Let's look at the card.
Paddy and Topuria if it happen.
But
I'm
you do
choosing
what we
Topuria.
hint you.
No, it's got to be a fight
Hey.
recent. It's got to be a fight coming up soon.
Yes.
Next weekend's card. Let's pull up the card.
That makes sense.
All right,
let's
Moicano.
watch.
You do it, you. You do it, you.
We got,
with Paddy. With Maddie.
All right, here we go. I got
both.
Yo, Gilbert.
He's not going to. There's no way.
Gilbert. We got Marvin Vittori versus
bro,
Brendan
I don't wanna
Allen.
be
No,
slapped
he
in the
said that
face.
fight is off.
Which fight?
He said this fight is off.
Oh, the Brendan Allen
Probably
fight.
slap.
We got Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. We got Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber.
Bro, all
We
the
got-
fights are now very hard for me to pick.
Oh, Gilbert, I got one for you. Ikram Alaskarov versus Bruno Ferreira. Give me Alaskarov. You get the Brazilian.
That fight is off. Aliskerov
Oh,
broke
the whole
his
card's
toe.
off then. There's no other fights,
No,
bro.
Aliskerov broke
Neil
his toe.
Magny versus Gunnar Nelson.
Who?
The first fight of the
No
night.
way. There's no way.
Bro,
These fights
you don't wanna
happening.
bet on that.
What other fight is
These
there?
fights happening.
Look at
no
look at this
way.
shit. See which fight you like to bet on. There's not.
Max Holloway.
Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez.
Kaya Phillips
I
and
want
Vinicius
Kevin
Oliveira is a
Holland,
good
bro.
one.
I want Kevin
Kaya
Holland.
Phillips and Vinicius Oliveira.
Yes, that's a
Are you
great fight.
kidding?
That's a great fight.
That's a 50-50 fight.
That's
honestly.
a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
Wow,
Copy him,
that's
bro.
a 50-50
Brother,
fight.
you see,
That's a
You
good
press the
fight. We gotta
computer,
go
bro. I
on
know
this
my shit,
fight.
bro.
You do know
Who
your
you
shit.
pick on that one? I go Oliveira.
I might be down to go Kyler Phillips. All right, I'll give you the Brazilian. I'll give you the Brazilian. I'll
Yes.
take Kyler Phillips.
okay.
Bro, Kyle Phillips
All right,
is
so
a
this is
freaking
a-
Shake
monster.
hands.
This
Shake
is a
hands
slap
to the
bet.
camera.
That's a slap
Shake
bet.
it
What
hands.
percent are we talking, bro?
Whatever you think. I don't
50%.
care.
No.
No, if you
Go
to
hard or
slap-
go home, bro.
Yeah,
All right, what
and
per-
you're gonna pick another fight. You go
What
more
percent?
kind of same
No,
bet.
I'm out. I'm out.
What percent? No, it'd be me and Gilbert.
I'm peaceful. I'm a peaceful warrior.
Me too. That's why I'm just gonna slap him for. Go, you too. Nah, come on, bro.
No, I want to see you guys doing. Then
All right,
maybe.
so
Nah, bro.
we're gonna do this live on the watch party, though.
Yeah.
All right,
Live on the
Gilbert.
watch
So
party.
here's the deal, Gilbert. We're going Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. If Oliveira wins that fight, you get to slap me at 70%. If Kyler Phillips wins the fight, I get to slap you at 100, bro.
70
Why?
to 100.
Because you're a fighter, you have more power than me, bro.
But you guys bigger than me. Look at his hand.
Yeah, but if you realize
hand.
he's built for power slap. He looks
Yes.
like that guy that fight power slap,
Hey, fuck
What do
you,
you mean with
dude.
that?
Fuck you, bro.
right?
What do you mean with that?
I think he has that power
explain.
slap advantage, bro.
Why? Explain. You say
Because
the guys
most of them are fucking
Ain't
fat.
driving-
Yeah,
Heavyweight,
drive
bro.
your truck.
yeah. Look what they said. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he doesn't look like, but you kind of
Kind of what? Like a
like
truck
power slap
driver?
athlete.
He look like a
brother.
truck
The other
driver?
day I was cutting weight in
Man,
Vegas.
the level do you respect my guy?
All right,
that looks
Moicano's
like a
in this
driver?
bet now. Moicano's now in the bet, bro.
I'm not in this bet.
Moicano's with. All right, here's the deal, Gilbert. If Oliveira loses, I get to slap both of you. If Oliveira wins,
No,
We
I'm not
both
doing
slap
this.
him.
Bro,
We both
I
slap
don't
you.
do it.
Yes.
I'm not doing it.
No, call Dariush, bro. Hey, what happened to Moicano, Dariush? What happened to Moicano? Hey, no,
Bro, do
no
you
way,
have
bro.
Dariush's number, Gilbert?
I think
Hey,
they do.
You should call him right now and put him on the
don't
podcast,
call
bro.
the motherfucker. I'm leaving, bro. Hey, but you know what? I think that's worse than MMA for a concussion, bro.
I think it's the worst, but it is entertaining.
Yeah.
But you know what I think is the best thing the Power Slap has going for them is like the chicks, bro. Because the chicks, it's entertaining, but they're not powerful enough to kill each other.
Yeah.
You know, some of these big guys with huge hands, bro.
Do again, Kyle.
Hey, I have the new number. You may call him.
No,
I'm gonna
don't
call
fucking call him.
Look, that's him.
I don't fucking know, bro.
Look, I'm gonna call him right now. Hey, you gonna do the slap or what?
Call this motherfucker right now.
You gonna do or what?
No, I'm not gonna do it, bro.
Oh shit! All right, tell the people what they got. tell the people what they got to do, Moicano.
Hey guys, subscribe. Look, Kyle, bro. Kyle's getting too comfortable in that position, bro. Like, subscribe, and share now. The crew is all together. We have been losing for a long time.
You guys are all in a losing
Yeah, we on a
bro.
fucking losing streak, brother. Last year was good, everybody was winning, but then
Yeah.
I don't know what
Something
happened.
happened. What
I
happened?
think it's the curse, bro.
What happened?
Curse. This motherfucker is going too much for the casino, bro. The casino is sucking his energy, bro.
Bring bad energy,
You know?
right? That's
Wow.
the
Fucking, there is demons on his back.
You know what? I think I'm losing because you guys are. You guys are the curse, bro. Yeah, I had someone DM me. I had someone DM me. They were like, Maddie, you haven't won a bet in forever. Gilbert and Moicano haven't won a fight. Is to show me the money pod cooked.
Yeah.
I was like, we might be cooked. Bro.
Yeah, we might be cooking. And somebody say, hey, please stay away from Maddie. I'm begging you, stay away from Maddie. He's fucking the...
And people tell me, they're like,
Who
yo.
said that? Who said that?
I don't know. I think I like brother.
Yeah. You know the
That's
DMs,
crazy.
Moicano, you know the DMs I get. Every time they're like, stop betting with your heart, stop betting on your friends, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, you guys don't say shit when they win and I bet on them.
Yes, exactly.
You know, but it's exactly what you said earlier in the pod. If Topuria celebrated the night before and then he loses, it's
It's
crazy.
it just comes down to winning and losing, bro. That's life.
So make no mistake, my brother, the pod is still going and eventually you're gonna get to the wings, okay? So you just
Yes.
have to like,
Yes.
share,
Subscribe.
and slap somebody that is
Yes.
on the side.
Facts.
Thank
And
you so
we'll
much.
be back
You guys-
next week for the Max Holloway card, and we'll be doing a watch party hopefully next weekend.
Yes.
And we'll see who wins
And
the slap bets.
how many subscribers you have already?
On this channel, I think we're close to 40K.
Fala, cara, eu tô no
right, Kyle?
podcast terminando aqui, eu te ligo.
About the All right, guys, that's everything. Peace out. See you next week.